Howdy, people. What is up? It's the Viktor Wilt Show. It is Thursday. Hope you're good. I'll try to not complain too much, though. I'm just having a morning, all right? It's better than yesterday morning, so far, I think. But just ready for this week to be over, and then the weekend's looking all busy. Just want to crawl into my room and hide. Okay. Got it out of my system, I think. Again, I'm just having a morning. You'll have to cut me a little bit of slack today. First thing I opened up was a little thread about people alive right now that will be famous in 200 years. And, I mean, 200 years isn't that long of a time, but it's a pretty long time. I mean, what do you know as far as people go from 200 years ago? A number of famed politicians, yeah. I could see politicians being studied in 200 years. I don't know if they'll be famous, though. I don't know. It probably depends what kind of really horrible things they do that make people, remember them. The top answer on here I was kind of surprised by, Stephen King. Yeah, somebody says, as a used bookstore owner, I am fairly confident people will be dragging copies of King books into bookstores saying these were my granddad's, they're really old, are they worth anything? They won't be, but people will still know his name. Long live the king. It depends what copies you have. Come on, used bookstore owner. You know there are, standard paperbacks that aren't going to be worth anything, but collectible copies. Oh yeah, they'll be worth some dough. Better be. What else do we got? Okay, people mentioning politicians. Kermit the Frog. I don't know if Kermit the Frog is going to be famous in 200 years. Let's see. Sir David Attenborough. I don't think he's going to be famous in 200 years. I mean, he's got pretty famous nature documentaries and things like that. And maybe if we've completely destroyed the planet in 200 years, yeah, those videos actually might be pretty popular. Here's what the world used to be like. Be all amazing. Let's see here. Big tech barons. Now, I don't think we'll be remembering, in 200 years, Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs, any of these guys. I mean, a lot of young people probably already don't know who Steve Jobs is. Yeah. George Lucas and Steven Spielberg. I don't know. 200-year-old movies? What movies do you know from 100 years ago? What, like Wizard of Oz? No. All right. Well, I know this guy right here. I'm pretty sure nobody's going to remember me in 200 years, so. All right. Let's play some Led Zeppelin. All right? Sound good? Sure. Howdy. What's up? It's Viktor Wilt. Morning, and welcome to Thursday. Let's crush it. Let's get this day over with. All right. Let's see here. What was I looking at? Stupid political news, blah, 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 blah. Okay, rules you follow for no logical reason. Could be interesting. People put some strange restrictions on themselves from time to time, and I don't know. Maybe come up with some good life advice out of this little thread or something like that. Let's give it a look. Using a turn signal when there's nobody else on the road for miles. Yeah, it's good just to be in the habit of using your turn signals as often as possible. You can't really overuse them if you're actually turning. Like if I'm in a parking lot, I'll use it. Just to, let other people know what's going on. I don't need some idiot running into me. All right? Not a bad rule to follow. And hey, you never know. Lieutenant Crane and friends could be hiding out behind a billboard or something. You're out in the middle of nowhere. End up, sorry, I got distracted by my computer. End up getting pulled over for not using a signal out in the middle of nowhere. That'd be annoying, would it not? Yeah. All right, what else are people doing for no reason? Volume needs to be on an even number. All right, I think it's my kids that it's like, it has to be multiples of 5 or something like that. I'm like, just Get it to a good volume level, the right volume level. Don't get all OCD on me, kids. Let's see. This person always checks their pockets twice, even when they know there's nothing there. I check my pockets repeatedly before I leave home because I'm always forgetting something or missing something. Wake up in the morning. Where's the crap that was in my pockets? What is going on? Let's see here. Oh my gosh. Somebody writing an essay here. All right, this person said, when I was a kid, I had this encyclopedia of classic cars. It was huge, super cool. Got it as a gift from my grandpa, and I absolutely loved it at first. Every night before bed, I would flip through the pages, deciding I like this one or this one's ugly. Somewhere along the line, I developed this weird rule that I couldn't go to sleep until I landed on a car that I liked. I would open the book to a page with my eyes closed, and if it wasn't a good car, I had to try again. Oh, geez. I remember very vividly experiencing my first heavy feelings of anxiety while dreading my very odd self-inflicted night routine. Would I be able to sleep that night? Nothing like bedtime anxiety or morning anxiety. I hope you're not dealing with any of that today. Tell you, I'm already ready to be done with the day. I think I need to get like a full week of just sleep. Just take a week off, hide out at home, and just sleep. Just exhausted. Okay, let's see. This person says saying thank you for anything. I mean, that's not a bad habit. They set 5 alarms, even though the first one always wakes them up. I need to fix my alarm. The first one that goes off, because I do have multiple, is a tone that does not wake me up. It just wakes up my girlfriend, my lady. And then I feel terrible. Because not only is my alarm waking her up, but apparently I'm just a chainsaw snoring piece of crap. So I feel bad. Feel like a jerk that she's not getting proper rest. Wish I wouldn't have read that post. Let's see there. They wait for the walk signal, even if there are no cars coming. That's a decent rule to follow. It's probably safest practice. Jade almost gets run over almost every day trying to walk to work. All right, I've had enough of this thread. Let's take a quick look at the weather. Hopefully it's going to be good. You know, the weatherman was optimistic yesterday. Today, I think, supposed to be a little bit cooler, if I remember. Oh, man, yeah, we're only looking at a high of 42 today, and pretty cold tonight, looking at a low of 28. But by the weekend, it will be warming up again. Should get up to, the 60s on Saturday and Sunday. We might have some rain this morning. And then they say there's a chance of a rain and snow shower mix this afternoon. That's annoying. Be careful out there. This weather sponsorship brought to you by Sinclair Lubricants. Hard work is their heritage. Made American, made true. All right. I'm going to see what else is floating around out here. We'll be back. Well, hello, everybody, and happy Thursday to you. Yay. So my cousin is flying into Utah this weekend, and I'm going to go meet up, which is fine. I mean, I'll admit, I don't want to go out of town. I don't want to go anywhere. I want to hide in my house. But that's just how I'm feeling today. Hopefully by Saturday, I'll be more optimistic about making a road trip. I mean, the weather's looking good. Should be about 60. But trying to figure out something to do. And the topic of Lagoon came up. Didn't realize the Lagoon in Utah is now open on the weekends. Do they have a new ride as well? I think they, at least have one that's coming very soon. It's been many, many years since I visited Lagoon. And I think they've gotten multiple new rides since the last time I was there. I'm just like, all right, Lagoon, you got to get there early. So then it's like, do we just drive down tomorrow night so we don't have to wake up, leave at like 6 a.m. or something? What's it supposed to be like? Ooh, potentially rainy. They're open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tickets are expensive. Jeez. Yikes. Anybody know where to get discount lagoon tickets? Holy crap. Yeah, I don't know. If it's like 60 degrees, is that, too cold to go to lagoon? At 60 when you're walking is fine. It feels good. But what if you're moving at high speed on a roller coaster? Is that like really cold? And you're not going to be able to do the water rides. So I don't know. I think they did at least get rid of their terrible zoo, didn't they? I don't know. It's something to think about. It's got to be something fun we could do. I don't know why I'm so pessimistic this morning about existence. Just having one of those mental days. It happens to all of us, right? Had a few of them in a row now. I think I need to go to bed at like 6 p.m. or something. Just got to get some things done today, and I think I'll feel better about stuff tomorrow. I accomplished nothing yesterday. Like, can you, do something, dude? Can you do something with your life? Okay. So I'm beating myself up here. Anyway, lagoon's open, in case you were curious. I mean, I guess at least at Lagoon, you can bring your own food and drinks, right? You can bring coolers in and things like that. So that saves a little bit of dough. But yeah, you're going to have to buy the concessions. Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm going to drink a little more caffeine and try to fix my attitude. Hello, folks. How's it going? It's Viktor Wilt. Got a call from a listener who mentioned this thing called the Get Out Pass. How would I not heard of this? It does seem like it'd be a pretty good deal. Now, they have these for every state, and I guess it makes the most sense to look at the Idaho one. For some reason, that costs like $15 more than the Utah one. But each of these Get Out passes, they do include a lagoon ticket, and it seems like, all days are available. You could use it right now. But you get access to a bunch of other stuff like the Idaho Falls Zoo, Fat Cats in Rexburg. Some of these I've never even heard of. Cattails Wildlife Center. Lab Hot Springs, Bogus Basin. Zootah. I guess that's the zoo in Utah. I don't know. Could be worth taking a look at. Kind of steep on that price there, but if you end up using a few of these things, I think you get your value out of it. I mean, based on the price I was looking at for just simply a lagoon ticket, things have gotten to be just crazy. God. Don't have enough money. Anyhow, sorry. Just wanted to let you know that item is available. The Get Out Pass. You can find it online. Just Google it up. Had never heard of such a thing, but does look like a semi-good deal. Anyway. This morning needs to pick up the pace a little bit. It's going by kind of slow. But at least it's after 7 o'clock. All right? And we're going to get through this day together. We're going to crush it down. I'm going to keep digging for things to share with you. I'll stop shopping for activities, and we'll return in just a minute. Going to be going to Vegas in a few weeks. And I stumbled across a post about the $20 sandwich trick. I don't know if you've heard of this before. I have. Now, what a lot of people say you do is when you're checking in at your hotel, they're going to ask for your ID and your credit card at check-in, and you fold up and slip a $20 bill in between your cards, give them to the person at checkout, and go, are there any upgrades available? And that sometimes they will upgrade you to, a nicer view. You can look out the window and see more stuff. With the price of hotels nowadays, I don't know if throwing in an extra 20 just to be able to look out the window and see something a little bit better is going to be worth it. But one person uploaded the view that they got of a just empty, dilapidated pool. You know, if you're working as a front desk person at check-in at a hotel, and you take the person's $20 tip, you should at least give them a decent view. Don't think I'll be trying that trick out when I make my way there. So you can give it a whirl. I mean, I've seen before where people post these, amazing upgrades they got. Look at this suite I got. But I don't know. It's like gambling in general. I mean, you're throwing a gamble by tossing the $20. You might as well go stick it in a machine. Equal chance of, something good coming out of it. Anyway. Not going to be doing the $20 sandwich trick, but if you ever give it a shot and it works, let me know. Becca sent me a video of a little kid on stage with this band singing this song, and he did a really good job. I was pretty impressed. The band would be I Prevail, and I don't know how they found this kid, why they brought him on stage, but for a little kid, he did a great job. Here's Violent Nature. What's up, people? As I get ready for some freak news here in a few, want to remind you that we are giving away tickets all week to Hairball going down Saturday night at the Mountain America Center, Idaho Falls. Celebration of all things 80s rock and metal. Should be loads of fun, and you can't beat going for free. So if you hear the hairspray and blow dryer sounder, it stands out. You'll notice it. If you hear that played, be caller number 15 when we play it, and you'll win tickets to the show. Now, I haven't been over to the Mountain America Center website today, but a couple days ago, they had a good deal going on $30 floor tickets for the show. So if you want to get up nice and close, be out there on the open floor. I can't guarantee that sale is still available, but it was last time I checked. So might want to give that a look. But you still can't beat free. So just keep listening for that sounder. If you hear us play it, be caller number 15 and enjoy the show. Hairball going down at the Mountain America Center Saturday night with K-Bear. Geez, right before I jump on air, it's like I felt like I was getting bitten by something. I don't know what is inside of my jacket. I don't know. Let me get the flashlight out here. Was that a bug? That would disgust me. Can't tell what it is. Maybe it's just I don't know what that is. Anyway, sorry. I got distracted. I was getting the creepy crawlies. Yikes. It's just one of those days for me. All right. A little bit sketchy. All right. What do we got here for some freak news? Now, this is pretty messed up. Mount Everest guides allegedly poisoned climbers as part of a sinister $20 million scam. Yeah, apparently some of these guides in Mount Everest or on Mount Everest have been lacing tourist food to trigger costly helicopter rescues as part of a $20 million insurance scam. Yeah, police in Nepal have charged 32 individuals with organized crime and fraud charges related to the plot, which involves trekking company owners, helicopter operators, and hospital executives. Yet another reason to not climb Mount Everest. Not simply the fact you can just die doing it, but they might, actually try to kill you. Jeez. Oh, man. So that's happening. Yikes. In more positive news, Hershey's is going to shift back to its classic recipe for all Reese's products after recently being criticized by the grandson of the founder of the company. You remember us talking about that? He raised a ruckus saying they changed the recipe. My grandfather would be disgusted. Yeah, this is not the product he created. These are crap. So they're going to shift back to the classic milk, chocolate, and dark chocolate recipes. Also, making other changes to their sweets this year. transitioning to natural colors and enhancing Kit Kats to make it creamier. So candy's going to get better, and I'm sure it's going to get cheaper. I don't know why this guy's popping up everywhere as of late. This guy, Clavicular. He's the guy who, smashes himself in the face with a hammer, thinking it'll make himself look, prettier or something. And he's a live streamer, gives out, terrible advice to young men about how to treat women. This guy's a total tool. Well, looked like he might be doing some jail time on a recent live stream. He's out in Florida, and he just busts out a pistol and starts shooting at an alligator. That's illegal in Florida. It looked like he might be facing felony charges for this and could spend up to 5 years in jail. So maybe we won't have to hear about this guy anymore. Again, he seems to be all over the news, and none of it for any good reason, because he just seems like a dirtbag. So, yeah, put him away for a while. People who are mean to animals, that's like as major of a red flag as it gets, Even if they're creepy gators, all right? Not a fan of gators. They're dinosaurs. They freak me out. But I wouldn't just start blasting rounds at one unless it was coming at me. It's life or death. This guy was fine. He was in a boat. Loser. All right. What else do we got? Former Congressman Matt Gaetz claims that the U.S. is forcing aliens to mate with humans abducted from war zones. Are these guys all losing their mind? Yeah, he insists there's a secret program working to breed alien-human hybrids designed to help officials communicate with people on other worlds. All right, this isn't a new conspiracy theory. I have heard about alien-human hybrids over the years as I read through, wacky online forums and things like that. I don't know if I'd believe anything that comes out of this guy's mouth, though. All right, Matt Gaetz, he sucks. All right. Oh, geez, what's that alarm for? It's just too much to do. Anyway, we made it to 8 o'clock, and we'll make it through the rest of the day. So stick around for more crap on this show. Good morning, Jay Davis.
I'm giving you a formal no on the good morning. No, I say.
No.
No. It is not good and it is not morning. This is a formal no. It should never be a good morning. I said no.
Well, you're the guy in power, so I guess you get to just say no.
You call me Mr. House. No. The news this morning.
Yeah, that was a dumb one.
Extreme pudding heads.
It's not surprising, but it's still stupid, The people who run this state, man, I tell you. Keep voting them in, everybody. I've seen nothing but complaints for a full year about our representatives. We got elections coming up throughout the year. Let's see what you do with those complaints, everybody. I have a feeling I know what'll happen. Same old, same old.
Politicians in general. Doesn't matter what side they're on. They're all pudding heads.
This is true, but Idaho
I've
politicians...
seen DJs that are smarter, and that's saying a lot.
Oh, yeah. But Idaho politicians, that's a whole different breed, man. I don't know where...
This is a formal no!
I don't know what hideous black hole these people crawled out of. Where they came from. Hey, you want to get elected here? Just put the right letter next to your name. It's all it takes. People don't look at policies. Speaking of politicians, did you see the articles going around about strippers and the troops? I guess
that they're leaking when the ground invasion's going to happen.
Yes. This one stripper, I think she was in San Diego.
Hey, she's a nice lady and she dances well.
Yeah, she was talking about how they've seen an increase in military customers, and they're just blowing all their money, and they're all depressed, and they're like, yeah, we're just trying to have fun. We're getting deployed next week. It's so stupid. I feel like we're transported back in time to like 2003. Yeah, I was watching
1992.
I was watching Team America: World Police the other day.
I need to watch that again. The unedited version, though.
Oh yeah,
of course,
for sure. And it just felt so timely. They could put that movie out today.
I would get a lot of complaints. There's a lot of woke that wouldn't like it.
Oh yeah. And it's foul. That movie it was worse than I remembered. It would definitely get some people upset on both sides. If you haven't watched Team America: World Police in a while.
America! I've wanted to put that in the music for the fireworks so many times, but there's just no way.
Yeah, no.
There's no way to edit it right.
Could you even just slip in the America?
I've tried. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Just put the whole song in unedited. That would be amazing. I would love that. That's the grand finale at the end of the show.
It would be a great grand finale song.
It would be perfect. Have a feeling a few people in the community wouldn't be too impressed with that language being just blasted through Snake River Landing and all of Idaho Falls. I know I've tried to edit that song to be able to just put it on K-Bear, but
you just can't.
You can't. It ruins the
Matt
song.
Matt Stone and Trey Parker need to do an edited version.
Yeah, could you guys put out a radio edit for us, please? That's like Tenacious D. I didn't even know this. I think Peaches found it. A fully edited soundtrack of The Pick of Destiny. He found it on Spotify. And like some of those songs have tons of bad language.
Yeah.
And they changed the words. And it almost made it worse. Because I love that song Beelzebub, where they fight the devil.
So I was going to say that was the one that came to mind with Dave Grohl.
Yeah. And he goes like, dang! Darn! But
good golly!
It still sounds like there's a bit of profanity in it, even though they edit it. Because at one part they're all, I can't even attempt it.
But don't.
So I was so excited to maybe play that song on air, and then I'm like, it probably still don't fly.
Kind of like that country song we heard the other day that Justin liked.
Oh!
About this store that sells a certain beverage in back and then has a card game going, or in front, and then a card game going out back.
That's right.
But if you know the phrase.
Yeah, it would be pretty funny to put that song on air, but I can't imagine any radio stations are playing it. No. Just because of the name. And some of the content in it. I mean, it didn't really swear.
No.
But, yeah.
And it's just talking about a store that sells stuff in the front and then has a
card game in the back.
Card game in the back.
Yeah. That's literally all it's about.
Yeah.
Just sounds a little different. Well, you got any garbage you need me to do or something?
No! This is a formal no!
Jade always tells me no for everything. It's just like the government. I get so annoyed with the amount of just fake information that I see on social media. Was talking to Justin yesterday. On April Fool's Day, people take the time to Google things and see if they're true. Wouldn't it be great if people just did that every single day when it came to everything they see on social media? Treat every day like April Fool's Day. I just saw a post that was shared that said, Rob Zombie reportedly set to direct and co-write A24's upcoming Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot. Production is aiming to begin in late 2026. I was like, all right, that's interesting. Rob Zombie hasn't directed in a while. And I think Rob Zombie does a great job with the movies that he has directed. The Halloween remakes, and of course, his own movies, notably The Devil's Rejects. I mean, that's like top tier, brutal, just crazy horror. So I went to Google News and just Googled Rob Zombie, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's no news relating to that. Now, is there even an A24 Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot? Let's see. There's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre series in the works from A24. none of these articles say anything about Rob Zombie. You've got filmmaker J.T. Molnar, who did The Long Walk, attached to direct. So that could be good. The Long Walk was really good. Hopefully this is better than the last Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie I saw. I don't remember what it was called, but it was terrible. It sucked. It was not good at all. So, I don't know. If it's A24, that definitely ups the odds of it being good. A24 tends to crush it with almost everything they do. But yeah, sadly, not seeing any information about Rob Zombie being attached to that. So, again, this is what Google's for. I was a little bit excited. I'm like, that sounds like a good pairing to me, but fake news, as is most of my Facebook feed. All right. I wonder when... Sorry, I'm looking at my email here, and we're working on something behind the scenes. I'm going to have to ask Peaches when this announcement is happening. Oh, what is it? Okay, I shouldn't have said anything. Stay tuned. Howdy, people. Little after 9. It's the Viktor Wilt Show. I hope Thursday is going well for you. Hopefully you can have a good, productive day. I know I got some crap I would really like to get done. Been trying to do a few certain chores for days and accomplishing nothing. Ugh. Good luck on the day, everybody. All right. Somebody online asked, as a girl, would you tell your coworker you saw her boyfriend on a dating app? I don't think it matters if you're a girl or a guy, or I don't know, if you're friends with somebody and you know their significant other is potentially fooling around or is, hanging out on dating apps or in certain groups online. Yeah, tell them, all right? I mean, in this situation, she goes on and apparently her friend got mad at her, along with her friend's boyfriend, said, she should have confronted him first, and they overstepped a boundary. No, you're trying to help somebody out here, all right? Cheating on people, I mean, it's one of the worst things you can do. And if you've ever been cheated on, it feels terrible. Like, if you know somebody's potentially in a bad relationship and their partner is not being honest with them and treating them good, tell them. Just tell them, all right? It'll save them a lot of trouble down the line. So I don't think this girl should feel bad at all. If her friend got mad at her and is now not talking to her, or whatever. Crappy friend. You're just trying to help her out. And I'm sure it's a frustrating situation, but yeah. Help your pals get out of bad situations. All right? Or even, I don't know, even if they're not your friend. I don't know. I think people deserve to know those kind of things so they can, either try to fix the problem with their significant other or dump them, kick them to the curb. You've only got so much time on this planet. If you can't be in a trusting, good relationship, dump them. Such a good song. Tool, Schism. How are my people doing? I hope you're doing amazing. Appreciate you tuning in, hanging out today, enjoying the show. At least I hope you're enjoying the show. I mean, it's not like it's been stellar or anything, but I mean, it's been happening. There has been a show. Yeah, just sadly, not a lot of fun stuff in the news. We can talk about politics all day. No. Leave that to the guys who got the easiest job on the planet. Those folks in political talk radio. Okay, let's see. California chocolate recalled for being spiked with Viagra ingredients. What brand? Everybody, I got to get some of this immediately. Give me that chocolate. Let's see. It would be the San Francisco Bay Area's Gear Isle. How do undeclared prescription drugs end up in chocolate? I mean, again, I'm sure there's some dudes who are like, man, this chocolate gets me excited, but...
I hope you're ready for the noon hour today. I got a big bowl of different chocolates. A few of them have that Viagra.
Yeah! I'm going to just be sitting down for the rest of the day.
It's going to be like the good old-fashioned American Pie movies. We're going to play some ring toss.
Oh, jeez. I wonder if they ship these out all over the place, or if they're, just something that you picked up locally.
What if they didn't say anything?
San Francisco. What if they just didn't say anything?
All of a sudden, some guy's like, I feel funny.
All of a sudden, I'm very excited.
Yeah. Wow. I want more chocolate.
Oh, jeez. So, yeah, be careful what you eat. If you picked up any of these products from the gear aisle, hide them. You don't want, kids getting into that kind of thing. I mean, this could be bad.
I have seen those videos of guys giving each other like honey packs.
What's a honey
not
pack?
telling them like what they do. It's the same thing, kind of.
Same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like Blue Chew or
like,
whatever.
they just sit down. They look like they ought to take a, they look like they have a stick up their butt,
Why won't you get up and answer a question in front of the class? It's tough to be a dude sometimes.
It is. It's very tough.
So since the pandemic, a lot of things have moved to being done over Zoom, which reminds me, holy crap, I need to get my taxes together. What have I been doing? What do we got, 2 weeks? Oh. Anyway, distracted myself there. What was I going to talk about? I just suddenly went into full-blown panic mode over, taxes. Zoom. Yeah, like we do a lot of interviews over Zoom now. It's great. It's so much better than back in the day when most interviews took place on the phone. Phone interviews suck so bad. The audio quality is terrible. You can't see the person you're talking to. You end up barreling over the top of each other. Well, you'd think with how common Zoom stuff has become, if you had a court appearance with a judge that you had to do over Zoom, you'd probably not do so while driving down the road, right? They want you to, be focused and serious. And in Woodhaven, Michigan, judge had to call out a defendant during a virtual court hearing, like, hey, what are you doing? You're driving. And then she's like, no, I'm not. And the guy's like, what do you think, I'm stupid? That's literally what the judge said. Do you think I'm stupid? And he's like, no, I'm not driving. I'm a passenger. And it's like, no, I can tell which side of the vehicle you're sitting in. This lady's going to be in jail for a while. They posted the whole conversation. I'm not going to read through all of it, but yeah. When it comes to dealing with the judge, take it as seriously as possible, okay? You want to make a good impression. If you want things to go your way, you probably don't want to be zooming down the road while zooming down the road. Let's take a look at our weather forecast real quick here. Weather today brought to you by Sinclair Lubricants. Hard work is their heritage. Made American, made true. Today it's going to kind of suck. It's going to be a little bit chilly. Highs in the high 40s, low of like 28, on average around the region. It will get nicer by the weekend, though. So, keep that in mind. Good day to get some stuff done around the house, I guess. Well, as I've mentioned, I've got a sort of busy weekend ahead. I don't know exactly how busy it's going to be, but taking a little trip down to Salt Lake, see some family. Should be good, hopefully. But honestly, I really want to just sit around and watch movies. Talked a little bit yesterday about the increasing prices of streaming services. There are a number of free services out there that you might not have checked out before. Tubi and Pluto. Yeah, I got this list that showed up of horror movies being added to Tubi in April, and these are all free to watch. Some classics. You got Cabin Fever, movie's so good. The original Child's Play. Let's see what else here. The Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. Lamb is a movie I've been wanting to watch, and I totally forgot about that. It looked disturbing. A24 movie. What else do we have here? Scream 1, 2, and 3. Zombieland 2. And then over on Pluto, they're adding a ton of movies as well, like all of the Friday the 13th movies, the From Dusk Till Dawn trilogy, Idle Hands. I haven't seen that forever. That'd be a fun one to watch. Idle Hands. So, a horror comedy. 30 Days a Night. Starship Troopers. Yeah, if you're paying way too much money for your streaming services, drop some and give Tubi or Pluto a whirl. Now, you deal with commercials, but we're having to put up with commercials on the paid streaming platforms anyway. So, yeah, no big deal. Well, I don't think I've got any kickback and watch movie time in my future. Not in the near future. But I might have to remember this in case I just want to throw up some classic horror. They even have the 2013 version of Evil Dead, which is brutal. Might have to check that out. All right, people, I'm going to leave. Peaches and I will be back at noon. I appreciate you as always, and I'm going to leave you with a new track from The Warning. See you soon. Thank you again for tuning in to The Viktor Welch Show. This program is a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.